Right, welcome to a new weekly vlog. This is actually Sunday evening. I picked these up, Darren picked them up. I paid for them at a farm in a town just outside Ballymena. Now you may think, why the hell have you bought those, Lisa? Well, look at the size of this ceramic pot. Obviously that one will need binning. This one, that thing's still growing. I'm going to plant it somewhere. This looks like it could actually be quite a nice plant, whatever it is. But there's 3 ceramic plant pots there. That's actually ceramic as well, if that was given a clean up. And that one over there that I've just emptied, it is plastic, but it's a really big one. So I've just planted over there in the corner like a rose that's just coming up. And I'm going to plant, I think, that one there also there, and see what happens. Either way, 20 quid for 6 pots, 4 of which are ceramic, I think is a good deal. Even if the plants, well, this one's very clearly still alive and looking nice, so that'll go at the bottom of the garden. That big one, I'm not sure where that's going, but that pot will be really good for something. Actually, I'll tell you what, that one of the Christmas trees, no, I don't know, I'll find something for to put in it. Yeah, so I've just planted. Actually, I'll show you when I finished. I'll get on. We're going to move this one here across. I can't really film myself doing it because without getting tripods and stuff out, and I'm not about to do that because dinner will be very soon and I want to get this done first. So very quickly. Whew. 2 rose bushes there and there. Rose bush there, so that's 3 rose bushes. I need to prune them down, but I'm not going to get time because my dinner's ready. And I planted loads of this bush broke, but that little bush there, planted it. It was in the massive big pot. I don't think it'll take, but it's done. And now we've got all these empty tubs for nice new things. I don't know what yet. Right, I'll go back in. Can you hear that? These 2 are sleeping. Look how comfortable they are. I've just finished editing last week's vlog. Dead to the world. She's snoring on a fucking cushion. Honestly, it's a dog's life, eh? Look at that lovely day. What's going on there on my case? Yes, it's my jumper in the reflection. Look at that sky. It's my little, more buds on my little tree. Need to go feed the birds. There's nothing out for them. Yeah, anyway, I put this on to show you my dead man's fingers starting again. Can you see these 2 fingers, the tips, compared to the others? That's Raynaud's. The thumb's just starting with it, but the 2 fingers down to about here. And it's just started on these 2 as well. And this thumb. I don't know if you can see it, like where it looks like I'm a corpse at the end of my fingers. It's really horrible. These 2 are. You see, it's really clear to me, but I don't know if it's as obvious to you. Ah, no, you can't see it there. Hello. It's bedtime. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, just ugh. So it is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I've been doing German Nazi revision all week. It's harrowing stuff, all about, well, not as far as the Holocaust, but the start of the Holocaust up until World War II in Nazi Germany. Oh God, it's awful. So yeah, we've got another night of that tomorrow night. And then see this stuff. I think I showed you this before. I know, Darren would tell me off if it was in the room. It helped this so much. It went totally away. It's back a little bit, but it's, you know, it is psoriasis. Ooh. It plays up. But it has been really, really good, so I can't complain. So I'll run this by you and then try to remember to look at my bloody comments once a year. So Mr. Morgan, the history teacher, is still at it. At the minute what he's doing is, Isaac got a history test. I think I told you loads of the teachers still had the normal 4 times a year tests, even though the kids were trying to learn for GCSEs. Now the thing that he got, funny enough, was the thing that we had revised that week, so he felt he did really well. Got the exam, got his results back today. It's the worst result he's ever got in any exam, 41%. To give you an idea, when Isaac did history with another teacher last year and every other year, his general mark in history was high 70s or early 80s. That was usually what he pulled in history. He's just got 41. This teacher, his method is to stand and read a handout in the class. So he has, still picking on Isaac and Stephen. I've asked Isaac to start writing down what happens in every lesson. The test he's got for GCSE in a week and a half is worth 60%. It's a bit late at this stage to do anything about the shortfall. Isaac doesn't enjoy the class, he doesn't like the teacher, he's been picked on, he's scared of the teacher. I've also got spots here, I don't know what, like bites or something's just come up here. So I should have brought the piece of paper up that I'd written. So first of all, he showed up 5 minutes late to class. This is the teacher. Then what he's been doing is just saying to the class, right, revise for the exam, and he's been sitting at his desk doing jack shit for the whole lesson. Just to give you an idea what he should be teaching is, he's given out this big massive leaflet that's like 100 pages with exam techniques in, including how to answer exam questions in the right context, because knowing the information is not sufficient. Now the English teachers actually teach the kids how to write the essay and what the layout has to be and how to word things. He's just done nothing. He's given them a booklet like 6 months ago that they're expected to just read on their own time. He's not teaching technique. He's not teaching. So he came in 5 minutes late. Stephen whispered something. Now, I had told Isaac to tell Stephen what we were doing, and I've told both of them to keep their head down, don't talk through class, don't do anything that will give this guy any reason. And Isaac had told Stephen, don't talk to me during class. Stephen needed to check something that he had done was right, so he whispered to Isaac, can I see your, basically, and they're meant to be just doing silent study. And he lit on Stephen immediately and gave off about it. Meanwhile, there are groups of girls in front of them talking at normal volume, which he didn't say anything about, and sporty boys, GAA boys, so guys that play hurling and Gaelic, who can talk at normal volume and he doesn't say anything. One other lad who's not either of those categories, he also shouted at for speaking. The other person who seems to have a pick on in their class is a trans girl. So he doesn't like anyone alternative, and he doesn't like anyone that is not the norms. So as well as letting everyone else speak, normal volume, and having a go at Stephen for whispering, a group of school leavers came into the class and he proceeded to have a loud conversation at normal volume at the front of the class, sitting back like this with his legs up to these school leavers, chatting away. The kids are supposed to be doing silent study. He's chatting. He's shouting at Stephen for whispering. Sits on his phone for 15 minutes, just, scrolling on his phone. This is the vice principal of a grammar school who picks on pupils that he doesn't like, doesn't teach the subject, and my son has gone, he's halved his rough result. He's gone from 80% to 41. Incidentally, Stephen got exactly the same score, 41%. We spoke to the headmistress about this before, and she said she would have a word with the teacher, see how Isaac got on over the next bit, and she would be back in touch, see how he was. She's never been back in touch. Now the exam is in a week and a half, so I'm leaving it till after the exam. But my frustration is that if Isaac doesn't do decent in this exam, he's going to fail history. I am going to insist, if they cannot provide other methods. I'm going to teach him myself next year. He's going to just have to get the paperwork and stuff, get the syllabus from the teachers, and I'm going to have to go through and teach him it. Which will mean Isaac will have to do extra work outside of school time. But I don't want him in that guy's class anymore, because the guy's an arsehole, he's arrogant, he's horrible, he's always, I can't even tell you. He's like some teachers I had as a kid, but that sort of thing's not meant to be a thing anymore. But openly picking on kids. So I have asked Isaac every single day he has history to make a list of everything. So he's got the turning up late noted, he's got the talking loudly to these people that came in, distracting the whole class that were meant to be studying. I've got the other kids that were chatting that he didn't talk to, the kids that he did have a go at, only 2. So we're going to keep a note over the next couple of weeks, after the exam's over and all of that's done, close to when they're going to be breaking up, so he doesn't have to have a lot to do with them. We may well just say, look, either you sort something else out. I have to say to Isaac to find out someone else that has the other history teacher and get a copy of their timetable to find out what the overlap is. Because if he even has to change a couple of teachers in order to facilitate being in that other teacher's class, it may be a possibility. I can't see it. It won't be a possibility, but I do not feel comfortable with Isaac having to be in this guy's class with the stress that it's causing. And we've done no revision for maths. Maths is the day after history. I have just spent 2 entire weeks doing history for Isaac to still pull a 41%. So I worry in a week and a half he's doing an exam worth 60. The best I can see him do with that is between 30 and 40 with how he's performing. If he only gets 35%, he's only got 40% left to work with, and he has to get at least 25 out of 40 to pass a C, and I don't think he will. So he has to perform half decent in this test. He has to be getting like at least 40 out of 60, at least, which is like 80 out of 100. You know, it's a lot, and I don't think it's possible. I don't think he's going to pass history, but do I want him in this guy's class that is just going to pick on him for an entire other year? 3 GCSE exams? No. So we're just going to have to see what happens, but I wanted to run it by you guys. You know, you may say, look, we've all had teachers we don't like, just suck it up. Something about me is people getting away with shit that they shouldn't be getting away with is one of my biggest pet peeves in life, and this guy is an arrogant son of a bitch who thinks he can treat people however he wants to treat them, and I'm not having it. So we're just going to have to bide our time till after these exams and see what happens. I want to see what sort of things this guy's doing every day. I'm sending my child to school to get GCSEs and the teacher's not teaching them and picking on him. 2 things that I have issue with, and he's the vice principal. Absolutely not. So next week we have to do a mix of English and maths, so we'll just have to do as best as I can to get him through, but it's a lot. There's just so much studying going on at the minute, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to go to my bed. I've just watched a documentary on Netflix called Should I Marry a Murderer, which was actually really good. It was a 3-parter. Each episode's almost an hour, so like, you know, almost 3 hours long, but it was interesting, it was good. So I'm going to go to my bed. Tomorrow I'm maybe going to the garden centre to see if I can get something nice for that big ceramic pot, because we need to pick Isaac up from school because he's got a PE kit, a guitar and heavy bags. So the bus, chances of him getting all that home on the bus are 0. So yeah, I shall catch up with you maybe tomorrow from the garden centre. Hello, car waffle. It's Friday. Isaac, this should have been Isaac's last day before his exams. They were meant to be starting study leave next week, but we haven't been told about it, so it looks like study leave is going to be from today week. They're off on Monday anyway because it's Bank Holiday Monday. That should have been it. But no, they have to go into school for 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the Thursday is his reset of his English language exam, which we have only very briefly looked over things on a Sunday afternoon at my dad's, very briefly. And previously he went into that exam with massive amounts of revision that they did in school as well, including like entire half days where the sixth form came in and helped them with technique and stuff. So I can't see him scoring any higher than he did.
You fucking asshole.
Someone's just pulled out from a side road.
There's nothing behind us.
We're just going in to have a look in the garden centre. My dad wants to go in, not today, but I'm going to have a look today and see if there's anything, you know, decent in it before Sunday. I want something to put in that nice big ceramic pot that I've got, but I'm tempted to put the rhododendron in. I'm not sure. I'm going to go see what they have today. I want to see if they've got a fire bush so I can plant it out the front. But you know that thing when you're looking for something, they've never got it, but when you don't want it, it's everywhere. I'm imagining that will be the case. Keep forgetting they're building the school there as we're just passing it. I keep wanting to like film as we drive past so that I can like keep it all and then put it all together when the school's up. There's a big fire bush. That's how big they grow to, from tiny little things. So yeah, can't think of anything else to tell you. We did history again last night. We've got history. I spoke to you last night about Mr. Morgan and his antics, and I'm doing 37 and a 30. Honest to God, I'm going to get more points. I never got points in my life, just all of a sudden. I bet now I keep getting caught. Who doesn't go over the speed limit? If you say you never go over the speed limit, you're telling lies. I actually am holding up traffic on Fry's Road now when I go up it because I'm doing 30 and it's like there's something majorly wrong. It's like you can see people behind you thinking, what's this silly bitch doing driving at 30 and a 30? The sun's in my eyes unusually for Ireland. There's people got little umbrellas out that you sit under, you know, table umbrellas. So I tell you, a bit of sun in Ireland, everybody's out with their shorts and the men are about town with no shirts on and bare bellies out. It's lovely. So next week, like I said, Isaac's got his English resit on Thursday. I'm not going to lose any massive amount of sleep about it because he's already passed it with a C. This was just to see if he could up that a little bit to take a little bit of pressure off next year. But we shall see. Then following week, so Darren's comment's gone.
This advertising. When I get back up that way.
I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so next week is the English reset, and then he goes off for study leave. I think I don't know if it starts on Friday or Friday's the last day in school. He said it starts on Friday, but that doesn't really make sense to me. Why they would make them go into school and then, you know what I mean, it's weird. Just let them have the whole week off. They're off Monday anyway. Why would you just have them in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and then off Friday? Why not have them in the rest of the week? So anyway,
there is the Mr. Morgan saga.
I told them last night about Mr. Morgan. So the week after next is the big exam week that he's got 3 exams. He's got his English literature on the Monday. He's got his, I can't remember what way round it is. I think it's history on the Thursday and maths on the Friday. Or it could be Wednesday, Thursday. Anyway, he's got 3 exams that week and history and maths are one day after the other. And they're 2 things that need a lot of revision. We haven't started maths yet. English, no idea how he's going to cope with the English literature because we simply do not have time to prepare him for maths and English. Given that they have to learn 100 odd quotes, it's like, fuck off, 100 odd quotes, don't be ridiculous. Get to fuck, as Zara Tweed would say. My dad lives next to a stand-up comic. I've been following her now on Facebook. I think I told you this before. Her slogan is get to fuck. So So she rants about stuff and then says that at the end of it. So it's pretty much what I do in the house, and she's made a career out of it and she's making a fortune. So if only I had the confidence to stand on a stage ranting about stuff, I'd make myself a bit of money. She bought herself these pink discs for her brakes. I don't know what if they're brake discs, what the hell they are.
From Dickness.
£2,000. Getting tape. Must be nice to have that amount of money to spend £2,000 on fucking brake discs.
On a car that didn't need new brakes.
It's a big flash. Actually, I'll see if I can film it. No, we're not going to my dad's today. I'll see if I can film it for you on Sunday if it's there. No, actually, I think she's going to be in Florida then, because they're going to Florida for a 3-week holiday that they managed to get for the same price for 4 people that we got for 2 weeks for 3 of us. And she's going to Universal, and she's having a night in Hard Rock Cafe Hotel, whatever it is. But they're flying. Their flights were half the price of ours, because they're flying to Canada, and then from Canada they're doing 2 flights basically, and there's a 2 or a 3 hour layover in between them. Now, when I think of how much we all hate the whole flying situation, and well, me, I'm scared of it, but for all of us, it's just long, it's tiring. 9 hours sat on a plane and 3 hours in the airport before you go onto it, I'm sorry, is long enough. Do I want to add another 3 hour wait and another 3 hour flight on top of that? No.
Well, I don't mind that side of it. What my brain says is, what if one flight is delayed and you miss? It's only a 3 hour window, which is nothing for flying.
And then
How long
you
have to
run.
wait then?
I sit and think things like, what if your luggage gets lost? What if it doesn't get transferred? Anyway, I don't want to have to sit and add another half day travelling onto my holiday. So she did get her flights for £2,000 for 4 of them, whereas our flights were £3,000 for 3 of us, which is ridiculous. It's like the vast swathe of, money, it's bloody flights. So we're not, when we go this year, we don't have that much money to spend, basically enough to eat and maybe like get a little souvenir each. Isaac's talking about a bloody lightsaber. I don't know who the hell he thinks is buying this lightsaber. You see, they're about £300. Previously, on the last 2 times, oh great, now we're just going to have every fucker trying to... Why do these people insist on parking in the middle of the fucking road? It's just constant now. Before, I always would take like money Isaac got for birthdays and stuff. They would obviously get a certain amount of money, but I would put the rest in a money box. And then when things happened like holiday, the last 2 times we've been, Isaac's had a few £100 spending money each time. So he's been able to do things like he bought a droid, a Galaxy's Edge that he made, and he bought a Banshee thing that sits on your shoulder. He bought a thing out of the, what's it called, an Odonome or something?
I don't know what it's called.
Out of the Japanese shop at Epcot that was really expensive. But he's always had his own money to buy stupid things that I wouldn't, I would say to him, Isaac, that's too expensive, you're not having it. But this time, because he's a bit older, any money that Isaac gets for birthdays and stuff, he just spends it.
Yeah, but when he gets a snack in town, rather than get a bar of chocolate, he gets a fucking Subway and a drink. So what are you buying that for while I want a snack? But you spent about, what, 6 or 7 quid on a snack?
He's got no notion of the value of money.
I'll say to him, how much was that can? I don't know.
So basically, when we go to Florida, he's not going to have any spending money. And if he thinks I'm going to be dipping into the little amount that we have this time, well, we can't, because...
There's going to be arguments, because you will want to do it.
Not hundreds of pounds. He's not having a lightsaber.
You'll be, just let him have that.
Not a fucking lightsaber.
Because he'll stand there going, oh, but I really want...
But we can't afford it. So, like, I don't know, we don't have the money. It's expensive to actually eat over there. And, we do things like get stuff from, we'll get a grocery delivery, or like I'm at the minute collecting chicken and mushroom pot noodles. I don't eat them. I mean, you can't eat them, so why am I gathering some money? You says get pot noodles.
For Isaac?
Just for him.
Isaac and you pot noodles.
No, I don't like
want to
chicken
get
and
some
mushroom
of those,
noodles.
a couple of those Tesco free from.
Darren bought a little disposable kettle because they don't have kettles in rooms. They have a coffee machine. It's not a nice coffee machine. Don't get excited.
No.
You'll see all that when we get there. The coffee and tea is pretty much, not that I drink tea anyway, but it's undrinkable. It's disgusting.
Well, kettle was that price. It was a £5. So I thought, oh, that'll do. Can just leave it there. Don't have to bring it back.
So yeah, we're like low in the money stakes this time, so we won't be spending hundreds of pounds on souvenirs for everyone like we did previously.
I think the Saber's now at £285 plus tax.
So it's about 300 quid for a lightsaber. And I'm sorry, since he's got that droid, it's sat on a shelf. The Banshee's still in its box on the floor of his bedroom. He doesn't look at it. He just wants it. So he's going to have to learn that
Skinny legs.
he just can't afford these things. He doesn't ever... Like Stephen says he wants to get a job this summer. Good for him. I says, why don't you try and get a job? No, I don't want a job. Why would I want a job? I says, to make yourself a bit of money. No interest. Absolutely no interest. It's like Stephen's sister works in a local Spar, so I think, I don't know, is Spars in England? Like a
Yeah, some places have them. Yeah, they do have them.
like a little, usually
Eurospar.
yeah, little shops. So Stephen would probably, find it easier than Isaac to get a job because someone in his family, was dependable and does a job. So if anything came up there, he'd probably have a good chance because he lives close and all that sort of stuff. And Stephen looks more presentable than Isaac. I think a lot of people would take a look at Isaac and think, nah. People that are judgmental, they would judge based on, oh, he's not trustworthy because he's alternative. But he's just not interested. He seems to think that he's going to magic a lightsaber back home. He keeps saying, oh, I want a lightsaber. Well, good for you, Isaac.
Nothing else. It wasn't fit in the suitcase.
I'm not buying it. Apparently they dismantle.
Yeah, but the blade is still longer than the suitcase. The blade doesn't dismantle.
Well, he's not getting it, so it's
Oh.
kind of irrelevant. Right, I'm going to switch you off because I don't know what's going on with traffic here. Of course now everybody's going to go up that inside, but I want to go up. Right, I'll switch you off when I get round this roundabout. Don't know what's going on down there.
Maybe there's a funeral going out.
Right, if I get anything at the garden centre, I'll show you afterwards. And then we're going to pick Isaac up from school because he's got his... Oh, fuck. He's bringing out his guitar and I'm going to the garden centre. I'll just have to not buy too much.
I thought you were going to look today.
No, I'm going to get something for myself. There's a fire bush. You could come in at night and dig that up for me. But you know that when they plant stuff in the middle of roundabouts, it's like, right, go on and come in and dig that up. There's a nice red bush there too. I'd like that. That's a joke, by the way, in case you think I'm being serious. Right, I shall switch you on later on. Right, so far, I have been trying to grow one of these unsuccessfully for years. It's a hydrangea. It's going in my big pot. This is a fire bush which is going out front. I will in the ground. I will show you Kira's later to see how big they grow. It's a little small lavender because I like lavender. Some bird seed, some bird feeders. We're going out front because I think that's where I saw a peony plant. No, I am not. You probably didn't hear that. He's talking about plants that smell like piss. You know the little orangey yellow ones? They do. So I'm not lying, they smell like piss. Right, oh, let me show you. Let me show them the little bits and pieces that I didn't buy but I wanted to buy. Right, we're in the range, by the way. No. See how cute these things are? Desperately want them. Right, look at them ducks. Trying to find the things I wanted. Well, this is adorable, but it's not suitable for a garden because it's too small. But I love this. This is actually a planter, but it's really, really light.
Is it cheap or?
A wanker. I don't get it. So it's really light, so it would just blow over. Obviously, these would do the same, but there are. I can't find them now. There were lights. Are they away? No, there they are. So there's like tiki steaks. It's 2 for £7. I don't know if that's excessive or not, but it's really nice. Can you imagine them, like, either side of the front door? No, Darren likes these. I, however, do not.
Well, if you do this, they come around.
Jeez. I love these. Can't afford them, too expensive. And I really like these as well. And them. But it's, you know, like 5 or 6 quid. It's quite... Oh, and I love this, but there's no price on it. So I don't know how much that is. And I'm one of these people that don't like getting to the checkout and not knowing how much anything is. But I am really, really tempted. Them tiki lights. I'm not going to get them. I'm walking away from them now. I'm walking away. Oh, look, they've got tiki wind chimes as well. Well, that would just irritate me after a while. Right, we're going to the front of the store, folks. I'll keep you on, then you can see the wonder. Oh, I might get a lolly. I don't know. We'll see. Get a lolly, would it melt? Chicken, fish, meat, takeaway pizza. No idea what you guys can see because I'm... No, I don't think... Oh, desserts. No, I wanted lollies, that's not lollies. Oh, it's my favourite. That'll be here. Here we go. Look, he's planting my 2 little trees, can you see? Let's see if we can look at him, Farmer Joe in his welly boots. Look at the fucking mess. Oh my god. I can't let them out because the doors. Wait, you see him panicking about me opening the door. Now watch this, he's gonna panic. Don't let the dogs out. What's wrong with you? I would believe.
What?
I would believe. Yeah, look, we got a fire bush. There it is. Right, wait, do you see what it can look like? Look across the road. Can you see that? Beautiful big bush there. That's what that is, and I've planted it here, hoping that it may take. That's my hydrangea that I bought. Let me show you.
Something was buried in our garden before. That's a root or something that's no longer here.
So that is the nice pot I got from that guy. 6 pots for 20 quid. It's my Acer, which won't grow on. I've put a load more soil in that today. They've got little berries on. I don't actually know what they are, to be honest with you. So these are the ones I bought today. So I've got a little gerbera. I love gerberas. I had picked a pink one, but then when I brought, the price tag wouldn't work, so I had to go get another one with a barcode. And when I saw the nice bright orange, I thought, you know what, I prefer that, so I've taken that one. That is my rhododendron, which I'm praying might actually work. That is a little, what do you call them with a little, like, lantern type? I can't remember. And that is a lavender. And there's Darren crawling about the floor with camel coloured. Look at the size of them flipping trees. We planted them when they were tiny. So that's the Christmas trees from Christmas past that were just either side of the front door. So you can see the size of them now. I don't know if they'll grow any taller, but they're there. We'll see. But yeah. So I've got nice little bits and bobs all out now. So yeah, go back in now. I'm waiting on Isaac coming downstairs. We're doing history revision. I'm losing the fucking will to live, it has to be said. You do not need to bark every minute of everything. You don't. Oh, dear me. Can I show you what we're doing? I don't even think there's no, come on now. So every single handout that he's got. This is the handouts. His history teacher's way of teaching is just standing at the front of the class and reading all that out. So he's got a handout he's got 11 for Nazi Germany. I think he had 15 for Northern Ireland, and it's just pages after pages after pages. Anyway, we're at the last one now, and I don't think, to be honest, I'm asking him questions and it's not going in. So I've been doing little cue cards for each subject. This is for the last one, which is the escalation of racial persecution. So I'm putting like the really important stuff. You can't see it because it's not light enough, but the stuff that comes out of this that he needs to know, I'm sort of putting so that he's got a little, you know, per... Oh, it's a pain in the arse, let me tell you. He's returned finally.
What do you mean finally? Was it 2 minutes?
2 minutes. I was outside with your dad for... Right, I have been filming now for over 4 minutes, and I didn't get up when you went upstairs. I looked for videos and everything, and I found us, you were about probably 10 minutes.
Not that bad.
Right, we're about to start the last one. I have found a video that's relevant to the last thing, so we'll watch this video and then we'll do the last thing.
Thank God.
Says you, what do you think? Do you think I want to do it? I was like, no.
Are we recording this for a video? I need to ask your audience something.
All of it.
I need to ask your audience something.
What?
Who do they think will get cancelled more in current culture, Hitler or Epstein?
Isaac will do anything to... Right, I'm switching this off so we can actually concentrate. Look at them two dogs. They're all heather. They're all lavenders. Sorry, not heather. Aye, that's the same as that, but different colours.
Regular routine.